And it's entirely appropriate that I should be nominated for White Lotus jumping around naked because clearly that's why people watch.
Jason, huge congratulations. You're
Thanks.
Golden Globe nominee for the White Lotus season three. What has your day been like today?
I was on a plane and it was delayed. It was delayed again, and then it was moved gates, and I was frightened my bag wouldn't arrive because I lost my bag last week. So there was that. But it started. I couldn't sleep last night. I had tremendous trouble sleeping because I had jet lagged backwards and forwards, and I was up doing this old person's warm up thing. I saw Simon Pegg in the hotel yesterday. We're both doing the same thing. We did this kind of lymphatic warm up, and I was doing it naked because I just got out of bed. There was no one in my hotel room, and it's entirely appropriate that I should be nominated for White Lotus jumping around naked because clearly that's why people watch.
Did anyone at the airport congratulate you on your Golden Globe nominee?
No, well, only by text. No, I don't think anybody knows. I'm very lucky. I have one of those faces that's completely invisible. I get the tube or the subway every day. I go to the supermarket every day, and I never get a second look from anybody, even when the show's on television.
Wow. Well, The White Lotus actually has the most nominations for any TV show, six. Did you expect that or is that surprising?
Well, you don't want to expect anything. I don't ever act for the, I don't act even for people to watch it. I do it because I love the process of I don't know, exploring other people. And you let go of expectations. I learned that a long time ago. So you don't do anything expecting prizes, but it is true that historically White Lotus gets nominated. The actors who are unbelievably privileged enough to get to say Mike White's lines and bring his characters to life get noticed because he creates these very rich human beings that are a real challenge, but fabulous to play. So we got a bunch of Emmy nominations, and nobody came away winning, but nonetheless we did. And I stopped thinking about awards. I mean, I don't think about them anyway. It's just other people talk about them if you're in the business, and I try and concentrate on work. I'm looking at. I've got a Zoom after this with some fabulous young Canadian directors, and then I'm off to make a film in January. And I try and let it go. It's hard to cancel out the noise, but that's not really why any of us do it.
Mm.
It's just it was a joy to see, and nice to see that I'm nominated alongside Walton, who's so fabulous, and then that Carrie Parker and Amy Lou are nominated again. It's a
Yes.
bit weird. If I'm completely honest, it's a bit weird that anybody gets picked out from the White Lotus because it's just a magnificent story that captured seemingly. I was inside the bubble, but seemingly most of the world's attention, certainly for a while, and everybody in it gets to do their best work because they get to play the most human and three-dimensional characters we've had a chance to do.
Mm. And at the Golden Globes, the supporting category is so hard to get into because it's dramatic performances, also from
Sure.
comedies, limited series, TV movies. So it's really, I feel like it's always the hardest category. So it's extra special when you get into this one.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's extra special ever to be singled out or nominated, and it's kind of antithetical to what acting is about because acting is about connection with other human beings. I look at the other people on this list, and young Owen, who's so brilliant in adolescence, had a history. Ashley was starred in one of my best friend's first films, and they kind of gave his launch, and it's all of the everything around awards is strange, and I think it's for you as a journalist and other people to talk about it and comment about it and think about. Nobody deserves nominating and nobody deserves winning, but it is true that things like the Golden Globes and other award ceremonies draw attention to great writing and great storytelling. And there are many other demands on people's attention nowadays. The Oscars were invented originally to drive people to the box office, to the theaters. Well, people are not going to cinemas right now. We need that to happen. And for someone like me, and I think someone like you, and your viewers who love great storytelling, we award shows are very welcome because they remind everyone there is real quality work and rich human stories being told. And if we draw attention to it, then people watch them, and then hopefully people will keep making them.
Mm. And this is actually your second Golden Globe nomination, right? You were nominated for The State Within a few
I
years
was,
ago.
I was, but tragically, the ceremony was cancelled just a few days before. I had my ticket already. I got a call from the president of SAG at the time, Elliot, and he phoned to congratulate me. And I thought, it's nice. Does he phone everyone to congratulate him? It's what a treat. And then he slipped in the knife between the ribs and said, now you will strike with us if we strike in support of the writers. And I went, I'm sorry, what? I didn't quite hear that. He said, well, will you come out in support of the writers? And I went, yeah, I'm a union member, but why would we be striking? Why do we need writers there? And they said, well, they write the intros. And I thought, the intros are terrible. People should just make them up. But anyway, of course, I did go out in support of the writers. And so the ceremony was cancelled. I unfortunately had already booked my ticket and I flew to LA and had a rather tragic few days. So hopefully this time I'll get to turn up.
Hopefully no cancellations this year, right?
No, but you know what? When you hear people say these cliches, it's an honor just to be nominated. It's nice just to get to go to the party. You know,
Mhm.
I'll get to go and see my friends who I was trapped in Thailand with for a very long time, and a bunch of other people I know. Acting is an odd business. The more successful you get, the more isolated you get. You know, I'm incredibly blessed to get a lot of work, and that means when I take it, I'm away. I'm
Mhm.
away from the people I consider my best friends. Sometimes I don't see for a year at a time. And so to be in a room with a lot of people that you've worked with and who you respect and admire, some of whom I don't know, I will be kissing ass all night long if I'm allowed, is a real privilege.
Besides your amazing co-stars, is there anyone nominated that you're super excited to see? Like the cast of One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners,
You know,
Hamilton.
it's probably embarrassing to admit this, but at my ripe old age, having worked with many famous people over the years, been around the business 40 years, I'm completely starstruck by everybody I've ever seen in one frame. So I will be walking around, you know, trying not to have my tongue hanging out, fighting not to try and take selfies with everyone. There's a lot of phenomenal talent in the business. We don't always get to tell great stories well. And a night like the Golden Globe celebrates the best of the work. And yeah, I can't single anyone out because my head will be on a swivel all night long.
And sometimes they show clips of your performance. Is there one, maybe like a 10-second clip that you think would just be perfect from your character on The White Lotus?
You know, when I think back to being Tim, it's not a depressing memory, but he was very depressed and he was very, it was an odd part to play, actually. For me, since, like I said, acting is about connection, he's disconnected from everyone. He's living on the abyss of the worst kind of nightmares anyone can have. And it turns him insane, really. And he's drugged out of his mind. And he thinks the best way out is to kill himself and kill the people he loves. And so I don't know what other people make of it. I try not to watch myself or judge myself. I don't know what a clip is meant to do. Is it meant to show me really suffering and very upset? Is it meant to show that I can do an accent or handle props? I don't really know what clips are about. So it's not for me to choose what clip best illustrates his journey. I know for me, it really is a journey. A lot of characters don't get to change that much in the week that they spend at White Lotus, but Tim goes through a complete 180-degree kind of Damascene conversion from the most selfish version of capitalism personified to really embodying Buddhist principles when he watches the drops of water go back in the ocean at the end.
Mm.
And so I don't know which 10 seconds represents any of that or looks good. I wish I hadn't started to answer this question. I try not to think about. I'm playing the part from the inside, not the outside.
Yeah. If Mike White called you up and said, "Hey, we want Tim to come back for season
Oh,
four," you would say
if
yeah?
Mike White called me up and said, "Will you come and fix the sewage in my trailer?" I would be doing that. Mike White's a genius. It's a much overused word. It's not a coincidence that so many people are nominated from his shows every year, and that the work itself gets such a massive response around the world and becomes a water cooled show. Um, Yeah, I can't really see Tim going back to the White Lotus. He didn't have the best time there. But if he called me, in a heartbeat. Maybe his twin brother goes back.
There you go. There's a twist.
I'm
Well,
hoping
Jason,
he takes a break between seasons, gets tired, and makes one of his magnificent indie movies, all of which I've seen, and I get to, do the catering or anything on it.
are you going to watch him on Survivor, Mike White? He's going to be on Survivor 50
Oh God,
coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about Mike is it's a big social experiment. We're all in each other's faces and in each other's pockets for 7 months in Thailand. Mike keeps himself slightly separate because he's got this gargantuan workload and he doesn't want to get sucked up into the social world of it all as well. And so I didn't get to know him anywhere near well enough. I feel like watching Survivor, there'll be sides of him that I haven't seen. And I'm looking forward to watching it.
Mm. Well, Jason, it was a pleasure to speak with you. Congrats again on your nom. Do you have any
Oh,
final thoughts
thanks.
before we wrap up?
No, it's just I hope that people the reason it's a television show, the Golden Globes. In the end, it's an award show, but it's a television show, and I hope what people take from watching it, whoever wins anything, is that they should keep seeking out quality and they should keep going to the cinema. They're important things. Get off your butt, get out of the house, and go and support filmmakers and support the very best of television, because then we'll keep making it.